Hey everyone, how are y'all? Dreamcatcher, how are you? Happy Cappy, how are you tonight? Shishi, how are you? Yorkie Mama, how are you? Alright, y'all don't forget, put your chat on live chat. Hit the thumbs up if you have not done so. Max G, how are you? Hey Cats Meow, how are you? Polky Dots, how are you tonight? Three times in the same day we family now. Polky Dots, we have been family around here. But yes, this is the third time that technically twice, but if you count the lives that I've done, it's the third one today. Betty Joe, how are you? All right, so email is now pinned to the top of the chat if anyone needs it. Dan, I went to sleep after that second live, and I guess I slept so hard that when I woke up, it had actually only been an hour and a half, and it literally felt I'd slept all night, and it was the next day. Oh, Pokey Dots, that's good news. But yes, praying for the insurance as well. Hopefully they will approve it. Betty Joe, I still feel like crap. And now my oldest son, he's running a fever and coughing and is sick. He keeps telling me I have to stay away from him so I don't get sick. It's just a whole hot mess around here. Y'all keep Pokey Dots and her son in your prayers that their insurance will approve his stem cell transplant. Happy everybody's getting sick. It's crazy. And Betty Joe, my oldest, he hardly ever gets sick, but his eyes are red and watery and running a fever now. And he told me last night he has a sore throat, and then the coughing starts today. And he since sprayed the house down with Lysol and everything else. Hey, Sarah Beth, how are you? One thing though is our weather down here. It can be freezing weather one day, and the next day it's up in the 70s. You don't know whether to run your heat or turn your air on. And it's just, I think that's a lot of what's making everybody around here sick, on top of the flu and everything else that's going around. These 5 cans of Lysol. Yeah, my son, I walked in there a minute ago and I could just smell the Lysol. I was like, what did you spray? He's like, everything. That's all he could tell me was everything. And then he was looking for the alcohol so he could put on his hands. All right, y'all, we're about to get in. Thank you, Polka Dots. We're about to get into this Adam Montgomery trial today. Sally Mae, how are you? Hey, Sunset Gazing, how are you? What day is today? I'm weirded out. Today is Thursday. Just like an hour and 20 minutes where I'm at from being Friday. So, Adam, once again today, did not show up to court. No, Sarah Beth, he actually waived his rights to show up. Uh, the way they were talking about today in the opening statements when the state was up doing their opening statement this morning, and they was talking to the jury, and they kept saying uh, the man or the defendant that you saw 2 days ago. So I'm thinking he must have been there for the jury selection, but then yesterday he didn't show up physically into court, but he did uh, uh, come in and talk to the judge via a Zoom call. They had to move the TV and all that good jazz into the courtroom, and two of his charges. One was for Big Al and Lady B. How are y'all?
What up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right.
Hi, Big Al.
Hello.
Okay, I'm trying to find these two charges because there was two charges that this man has been charged with. One is abuse of a corpse. The other one was, is it falsifying evidence?
Yeah, I think
Right?
so.
I think that's what the other one was.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yes, he changed his pleas from not guilty to guilty for falsifying evidence and abuse of a corpse. Now, I questioned it yesterday when he changed his plea. And hey, Bushi, how are you? Um, how is he going to plead guilty to abuse of a corpse, but then deny having anything to do with Harmony's murder?
Right.
And then it hit today when his attorneys got up to do their opening statement. They are blaming Harmony's murder on Kayla.
I figured.
They are saying that she was the last one that had seen Harmony alive. Uh, she knows what happened to her. She knows where she's at. She's the one that did this to her.
Mm-hmm.
And the man still has not showed up in court.
Well, yeah, how can you say any of that shit with a straight face?
Yeah. I, I'm sorry, y'all. I could not be a defense attorney in a case like this.
No way. I can't.
I just, my morals wouldn't allow me to be a defense attorney in a child's murder case like this.
My temper wouldn't allow me.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And like you said, I mean, the defense they got up today, everything that they said was with a straight face. They blamed
It was
Kayla.
barely though. You could see it.
I
You
mean,
could see it in his face.
they know he's guilty.
Yeah,
I
he was
mean,
having a hard time with it. You can see it.
But you get up and you know that your client is guilty, but yet I do know that it's still your job to, defend your client. That is what you're hired to do. But you get up and you blame somebody else and don't think twice about it.
Yeah,
That's what's
yesterday
so
we were
crazy.
wondering how come he's not there? How come he's not there? Well, that's why. There's no way he can sit through that.
I thought yesterday wasn't there because they were doing that
Well,
travel thing.
that's what I thought maybe it was, but the judge did say that what they were planning on doing yesterday to begin with, they were going to do the opening statements first, and then go do the view. And then they
Right.
ended up changing it because they said opening statements would probably take too long. Uh, so they went ahead and done the view first, and then the opening statements today. And I mean, I don't guess he's going to show up for the whole court for the whole trial.
He should. I know that in that state they do not have to show up, but I think he should have to show up.
And
Well, I mean, to me as a juror, that would show just indifference. Like, well, he doesn't even bother to be here, so you know.
right, I mean, and you know that his attorneys has had to have told him that. Okay, if you don't show up for your trial, it's a red flag to the jurors. It doesn't look good.
No.
And so I'm wondering if he's going to wait, and then once the the defense starts calling their witnesses, if at that point he's going to come in. Because, today they called in, the first witness today was Harmony's foster mom.
Yes, I saw that one.
Very sad. She couldn't hold back the tears. The next one was Harmony's bio mom. And honestly, I would have thought that they would have had the bio mom on the stand longer.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too.
But we got through 8 witnesses today.
But honestly, though, she really didn't have Harmony that long out of that whole time either.
No, she didn't. It was she had her when she was born, and then at 2 months the foster mom got her. And then Crystal at some point got her back for a little while, and then Crystal realized,
Yeah,
hey,
it was like 10 months, right?
Yeah, something like that. Crystal, she got up on the stand. She admitted, she's a recovering addict. She admitted that, and I forgot the exact words or her usage of words and how she put it, but she realized that she could not properly care for Harmony, and Harmony ended up going back to the foster mom.
You have to commend her for that, to be honest with you.
Right, because I know some people are going to bash her for that, but at the same time, you got to think, she didn't keep Harmony in her care while she was using drugs. She knew that, she couldn't properly care for her, and that she was better off with the foster mom. And she knew that she would be taken care of the way she needed to be taken care of. So at the same time, she stayed in close contact with the foster parents as well. So I have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, I do too, but at least she wasn't, abusing her child and
Right.
putting her in.
Yeah, but you get rid of your kid because your kid's in the way of you doing drugs. It's kind of
that's where I have the
No,
mixed
that's the
feelings
problem I
about
have
it.
with it.
Yeah.
I feel the same way, but at the same time, at least she's not hauling her out on the street while she's trying to score. I mean,
Compared to how Harmony was when she was with Adam,
yeah.
because they were living in a car for 10 days before Harmony.
I mean, how many times have we said we wish some of these parents, if they realize they can't do it, they just hand them over to somebody that can. She did.
Yeah. So I have mixed feelings about it, but at the same time, like, hey, JC, I it's the part like Big Al says with, you give your kid up for the substances, but at the same time, you have to commend her to a certain point for not hauling her around and scoring drugs while her daughter's with her,
Right.
and knowing, realizing, and having that frame of mind that I can't properly take care of her.
Yeah, I'll give her an itty bitty bit of credit, but I think there's more selfishness involved than concern for her child.
True.
At least she got that little piece there.
Yeah.
That worked out good for Harmony when she had a whole team of medical staff.
Yeah, because they did say that when she was born, and the foster mom named the condition she had, and then when the mom got up on the stand, she said that she was misdiagnosed, but she was blind. I believe she said in her right eye when she was born, and they thought she was completely blind. And the hey Dago, how are you? The foster mom said that when she was feeding Harmony, her bottle, she realized that Harmony was following her. Like she would track her with her eyes. So she knew that she wasn't completely blind. And I guess it come up that she was just blind. And like I said, I think they said in her right eye. So, but the bio mom didn't stay on the stand very long at all. She just kind of went through, that Harmony was completely potty trained when she had her. She never had a bathroom accident or anything like that. And I think a lot of this uh, is going to a lot of her bathroom accidents is going to be brought up in this trial.
Yeah.
Because that's what led to Adam's anger and rage in him doing what he did to Harmony, on top of the drugs. It is no excuse whatsoever for him, because that little girl was only 5 years old. You're living in a car. You don't have a bathroom in this car. You know that kids who are that small need to go to a restroom as soon as they wake up. And it does not sound like that Adam nor Kayla, either one, were doing that for this little girl. And she could not help it.
No, and more than likely, if she asked, she probably got hit then too.
Right. And so it's not Harmony's fault. It is completely on Kayla and Adam, because a child can only hold it for so long until
I can only hold it for so long before
right
problem.
So I mean, the baby couldn't help it, and then they ended up taking what they should have been doing as their responsibility and taking it out on her.
Yeah.
Who was a slender lady that testified? She was.
Wasn't she the second? Was she the second foster mom?
No, that was Dee Dee Travers. She was a registered nurse and then a nurse practitioner at Catholic Medical Center. When Harmony came in to see her, I think they said June 2nd of 2019. She's the one who basically took Harmony's vital signs, weighed her, and stuff like that.
Oh, yes, I remember.
And said that she weighed 35.20 pounds when she came into her. So we heard from the bio mom, we heard from the foster mom. Let's see. Then we heard from the registered nurse, which was C.D. Travers. Then Adam Montgomery's uncle got on the stand.
I missed most of that.
Kevin Montgomery. And let's see. Also, the way the uncle talked about her black eye, he was knocking her around in the house. That is true, Dreamcatcher. I don't really know how to take the uncle's not so much his testimony, just the way he had a very delayed response to the questions, and it was like some of the questions he really didn't understand.
Yeah, that part.
I don't know if he was nervous about being up there on the stand. They asked him if he wanted to be there testifying against Adam, and he said no. So I don't know what it was. He seemed very tense. He was very emotional. They showed him the picture of Harmony, and he almost broke down on the stand. But he did say that it was him, his mom, Adam, Kayla, and the kids were living at his mom's house. And he came in one day and saw that Harmony had the black eye. And he asked Harmony, and I'm not going to say the words exactly that he used, but he asked Harmony what happened to her eye, or Harmony, what did you do? And he said that Adam come in and was like, she didn't do anything. She allegedly Adam left Harmony in charge of her baby brother Declan while he went to the restroom. And he claims that whenever he came out, that Harmony had her hand over Declan's mouth and he was turning blue. And Adam's claiming that she was trying to suffocate him. And he ran over and hit her and hit her in it. He hit her in her face and gave her the black eye.
So what do you think about that?
Well, being that he told someone else that she got the black eye in a soccer accident, And then he told the CPS worker that he had bought the kids some foam swords and she got hit in the eye with one of them, and that's why her eye was red. I don't believe anything he says. But the uncle, when he left and went back down to Florida, hey, Mom, he called CPS and reported what he had seen. And from my understanding, he had made multiple phone calls. When the CPS worker, who was also put on the stand today, claims that he pulled up and seen Adam and Harmony getting into a car, he was able to see the mark on her eye. But this is a man that is supposed to be a professional, comes to court, knowing that he's coming to court for this trial. He is going to be testifying and basically has to refer to his notes for every single little thing. It's just like he wasn't prepared. He didn't look over his notes for anything.
That or he's like the CPS people here, and he's got 30, 40 kids he's trying to keep track of.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to
say. Okay, but let me ask you this. Okay, which I do get that. They do have a lot of kids. That they have to see, and it's a lot of paperwork and stuff like that. But if you were subpoenaed to come into court to testify in a trial, wouldn't you go over your notes that morning for that case?
That's my papers, yep.
I'd spend a little time doing it, but like I said, if he's got 30, 40 kids, it's it's hard to keep all that straight.
And I can get, maybe have to refer back to your notes for a few things, but this dude was like everything. And the fact is that he didn't do anything to help Harmony.
I was going to say, let's just think about it from everybody let this little girl down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do anything for her. And honestly, I don't think that the state asked him enough questions at all, because he wasn't really on the stand for a very long period of time either. But, he was put up there. I think the uncle had the most to say, but at the same time, with his delayed responses, I think that's the reason why his testimony took so long as well. Hey,
I didn't get to see all of it. I did catch bits and pieces. Wasn't he scrunched up, his shoulders were hurting, or he was?
Yeah, somebody had said that the way he was sitting, and you could tell he was very, very tense, and one of his shoulders looked different from the other, so he could have been in pain and might have had a shoulder injury. And then there was at one point, it was like he completely relaxed, and both of his shoulders looked normal, but he was drinking a lot of water while he was up there. But once again, he could have been nervous.
Yeah.
It could have been emotional for him to have to go back all of this, knowing that this happened to this little 5-year-old girl.
I'm sure he feels some guilt too about not doing something sooner, or
Well, what it seems like, though, he's the only one who called.
The little bit that I saw seemed like he really cared, and he was having a hard time having to go back to all of this stuff.
And also, I don't know if there was any mental health issues in there. Like I said, you could tell when they would ask him a question, he had, he would sit there and look at the attorney for a few seconds, like he was trying to process the question. But from what I've heard out of the 8 witnesses today, he's the only one so far that actually tried to do something to get her help. And he was even asked that, well, why did you call? And he said, to get Harmony help. And she didn't get any help. And he said that he even called the foster mom. He called, because they asked him, who all did you call? He said, the foster mom. I called the bio mom. He called friends of Adam's.
He
called his brothers. I don't think he ever gave a date or like how long it was because he didn't call CPS until like a week after he saw the bruise. And that was, I think, only because he went back to Florida and maybe he felt that it was better if he got away from the house and away from Harmony to call to maybe make it easier on her. Me, I would have called right then.
Oh yeah.
But maybe knowing how Adam is, and like I said, maybe in his mind thinking that it would be better for Harmony to wait until he's away to make the call, so Adam doesn't get upset. There's not any more drama going on.
Do you think he's scared of him?
Possibility,
I
honestly.
I have a hard time with bruising from a foam sword and a punch in the face.
Oh well, yeah.
There's two different hematomas there.
All right, but that was
completely different.
But there was 3 total stories from what we have heard so far that Adam told that happened to her. One, he tells that he smacked her because she was trying to suffocate the little brother. Well, only thing I can say to that is you don't leave a 5-year-old little girl in charge of a baby while you go use the bathroom. Put the baby in a car seat and take him in the bathroom with you. That handles that problem. Then he says that he told the friend that she got it from a soccer accident when she was playing soccer. And the dude was like, well, I didn't really think anything about it because I have kids. I know that when they're playing sports or just playing in general, they could possibly get hurt. So he really didn't think anything about it. But he said he did see it and he did question Adam about it. Then the third one, what he told the CPS worker was the foam sword, like a lifesaver or lightsaber or something like that. He said is what he had bought for the kids, and she ended up getting hit in the eye. So, just
getting
3 different
punched
stories.
And getting hit with a toy, or
completely, yeah,
totally different.
Yeah, it's not going to be a deep of a bruise by just getting hit with a foam sword as opposed to getting punched in your eye.
You get punched in your eye, it's going through like 4 different colors. You're gonna have purple, you're gonna have yellow, you're gonna have orange.
It's gonna take
a really deep bruise. It's gonna take a long time to go away.
Heal. Right. And from the time that she got hit to the time that the CPS worker got out there, and I forgot how long in between that was, he said that he still saw light bruising and a red mark on her face. But yet, he just took him for his word that, oh, she got hit in the eye with a foam sword.
It seems to be a lot of people knew this guy was hitting this kid in the face.
And nobody did nothing
about doing anything about it. That's the way I feel about it. I don't know. Yeah. I've seen enough facial bruising from being hit to know that there's just a huge difference.
Yeah. And it comes back to the point of everybody felt this little girl. The friend seen it, questioned Adam about it, and then took it, well, she's a kid, she got hurt. I've got kids. They get hurt playing sports. This little girl, it was on her eye. Okay. He didn't call. Nobody, it seems, called except for the uncle. And I don't know, and I even said this in chat today. I wonder if whenever he called, because it did sound like he had made multiple phone calls, if CPS just wasn't taking him serious. But yet they finally send somebody out there and the guy sees the marks on her face and still doesn't do anything about it.
By the sounds of it either.
It's just...
It sounded like he was lazy when he went out there, to be honest with you. I mean, he didn't do a whole lot of anything.
No. He should have been fired.
I do have a question, though. Did he actually go up and look at her closely, or was it all from a distance?
He said that when he went into the house with Harmony and Adam, he did talk to Harmony. He cannot remember if Adam was in the room with them or not. He did say that.
Well, you know it was.
And now I don't remember exactly what all he said, but he did say that he talked to her And they were, and that's when they kept asking, well, was Adam in the room? Because, if a kid's being abused and the person who is abusing them, hey, Avery, is in the room with them, or if they even know that this person is listening.
Yeah, they're not going to tell the truth.
Right. They're not going to be very truthful with what is happening. And I think that's where the state was going with it. But he kept saying that he cannot recall if Adam was in the room with him or not.
Yeah, but I'd be like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm doing my job. I need you to leave.
Yeah.
But then if Adam thought she had said something while that guy was there, then she could have got. There's just nothing this poor little girl could do.
No, everybody failed her. I mean, honestly. Okay, so after the uncle goes off the stand, they bring up this lady named Katie Morin. She was in rehab with Adam in 2021 and romantically involved with him. She knew that he was married. He even told her, I'm married and my wife will do anything for me. He did. So they did ask her if Adam had talked about the instances where, with Harmony's black eye. And she claims that Adam had told her that he had backhanded Harmony when she was trying to suffocate the baby. So as of right now, there's only 3 different stories that has been said. Whoever is up next tomorrow to be put on the witness stand, they may come out and say he told them something completely different.
But think they at least keep their lies consistent,
Right. I mean, if you're telling one person that you did this to her because she was trying to suffocate the baby, then make sure that's what you tell everybody else, not 40 different things.
And Dan's right. The only one that didn't fail her were her foster parents. It's absolutely true.
Her foster mom was...
She about made me cry.
Yeah, she was trying her best to hold it together on the stand. And then when they showed the picture of Harmony, and she was like, yeah, that's her school picture, because the foster mom had her in school. And she said all she wanted was a blue sparkly dress to take her school pictures again. Aww. And that picture where she's standing there and she's like holding her hands up in front of her and she's got the blue sparkly dress on, that's the dress that the foster mom bought for her to have her school pictures taken in. Okay, so after Katie Morin, Adam's romantically involved rehab mate.
No way.
Then it was Nicholas Ahern, which was one of Adam's friends. He's known Adam since he was 18. He's now 34. That is the friend that I was talking about that saw the black eye that Harmony had. He questioned Adam about it, and then Adam told him about her getting it during a soccer incident. And he just taken Adam's word for it. Based off the fact that, like I said, he has kids. Kids get hurt when they're playing sports. Then there was a deputy, Paul Montre. He worked for the Roseville County Sheriff's Department. Formerly worked for NYPD, and there was a couple of other police department and sheriff's departments that he had worked for. But he is the one that had evicted Adam and the rest of the family out of their house. Hey, Grammy, how are you? And I had to step away from my computer when he was on the stand for a second. But I did hear them ask him, how many kids you remember seeing whenever they were evicted. And I believe he said that he does remember 2. It could have been more, but he doesn't remember. He for sure though remembers 2. And then the doctor, well, not the doctor. I don't know why I've got Dr. wrote beside this dude's name. He was a CPS worker. This Demetrius Soros. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name.
I remember that name.
It was It's spelled weird, but I believe they were pronouncing it Sorrows. Hold on, what is? So basically, like I said, with him, he saw the marks on Harmony's eye. He said that whenever he went out there, he saw Harmony and Adam getting into a car as he pulled up, and he noticed from his vehicle, he could see the mark on Harmony's eye. And this was several days after, she had been hit. This was after the uncle seen it, left, called, this guy's given the case. He goes out there and all this and that. And then, like I said, he talked to Harmony, and I was trying to write everything down as he was talking, and more than likely have missed a lot. But in the end, he really didn't do anything for her. He failed this little girl just like most of the adults in her life. And I say most because I will give the foster mom credit. She did her job. She took in a 2-month-old baby that had a disability from the time that she was born. Did the best she can and actually had her several times. And then the uncle for at least trying to get her help by calling.
Now, I do have a question about that. So why was she taken away from the foster mom?
So the defense had asked that because for some reason the defense was thinking that she was taken from that foster mom and put into a
therapeutic foster.
Yeah, it was a therapeutic foster home, but the foster mom said that not that she was aware of, but she also did not know the foster family that Harmony went to after she left her. So I don't know if it was a place with foster parents that had more experience with, babies and smaller kids that have disabilities or medical issues. Because the foster mom did say Harmony had a whole team of medical specialists. I'm sure there was a lot of doctor's visits. Let's check Discord. Okay, illusions. It was probably a lot. And this lady had, she named off 3 kids that still live with her, but wasn't all of her kids. And that could have been a reason. Wait, what is this? Hold on. Something from. Oh, this was yesterday. On February the 7th, 2024, at approximately 700 hours, Deputy Joshua Toms and I were dressed in the uniform of the day and assigned to transport the following subject from the New Hampshire State Prison, and this is about Adam Montgomery, secured housing unit to the Hillsborough County Superior Court, Northern District. We were given access to the booking area of the second housing unit where we were to take custody of Adam Montgomery. We were met by a correctional officer who escorted Montgomery into the booking area. Montgomery immediately asked why we were so early, and I advised that we had other assignments after he was taken to the court. The correctional officer instructed Montgomery to enter a holding cell to be strip searched, at which point Montgomery got upset and questioned multiple times why he had to be strip searched since he was changing at the court. I could not make out the remainder of the conversation, but just before they walked back into the booking area, Montgomery stated he was not going to court. The correctional officer said something to him, and Montgomery stated that he was not effing going. He looked visibly upset, looked at Deputy Toms and I, and stated that he was refusing to go and that he was not going to court. So I contacted Lieutenant Thomas. I can't see that guy's
Sounds
name.
like somebody didn't want to get strip searched because somebody was hiding something.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah. But it does say that the sheriff's department advised, they called the courts and advised the courts that Montgomery refused to go to court. We cleared the prison at approximately 7:17.
Wow.
Adam was trying to play games.
He was.
Sure sounds like his prison pocket was full.
That's what it sounds like, because you know that when you're going to different coffee, you know, whenever you leave the jail, before you leave, you're getting searched. When you come back in, you're getting searched.
Yeah, this is not his first time in jail.
Right. So, especially going to court, you're going to be searched. So
they're not going to put you in a vehicle
without being searched.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Like, they're searching inside and outside of you. So that's what it sounds like. He didn't think they were going to strip search him, and whenever they said that they were, what other reason would he have had to be upset?
He had to be hiding something.
Exactly. It's very interesting. Illusions, thank you for sending that to me.
I'll tell you what, if I was one of those COs, his ass would have got searched. I don't care if you're going or not, you're getting searched. If you don't want to be searched, I'm damn sure searching your ass.
Yeah, that literally should be a huge red flag right there.
And that's a big Al.
Knowing that you're supposed to be searched before you leave the prison to go to court. That should have been a huge red flag. Like they should have immediately searched him anyway, because he can't refuse to be searched. You know, especially if they're sending him back to his cell.
Well, he can try.
Well, he can try, but do you think they're going to succeed?
And I think most of the jails now have, and maybe not all of them, but I know a lot of them have the body scanners now, where they're not doing the bend and cough anymore. They just make you hold your arms up, and it scans you inside and out.
I don't know. For that, he deserves to be searched. Yeah. Bend over and cough.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
sorry, we're all out of lube.
Like, he deserved to be searched inside and out. But I mean, yeah, something was. I think everybody knew yesterday when he didn't show up to court, and then all of a sudden he showed up on the Zoom, saying that he was changing his plea, and he was going to be, his attorneys would be acknowledging that he is going to be pleading guilty to those two charges. Everybody knew that the games had already begun with him. You don't show up. Now we know the reason why you didn't show up. Then you change your pleas. And I even questioned, I even thought about that, all night. How are you going to plead guilty to abuse of a corpse, but then don't admit the guilt of have anything to do with her murder? How do you do that? And somebody even said in chat yesterday about, he's going to end up blaming it on somebody else. And sure enough, as soon as his attorney stepped up today for their opening statement, boom, Kayla done it. Now, Kayla, I think, should be in just as much trouble as he is. Yep. Because they've got her for perjury. She got in there and admitted her part in what went on in that bathroom, in that bathtub. And I'm not trying to be graphic with this, and if y'all watch the trial, it's going to come out. But she was frozen in that bag, and he took her out of the bag and had to thaw her out and poured, didn't they say a 40-pound bag of lime?
I think so.
Into this bag that her body was in. And Kayla went in and held her arm and helped cut her clothes off of her body and all this and that. Knew that she was being hidden in a vent at the shelter they were staying in. Knew that she was in an ice chest at her mama's house. It was said that Adam asked Kayla to bring Harmony's remains to the pie company that he was working at, and he would put her remains in that bag.
That's just
in the cooler where the food was at.
Just too much.
But see the thing, okay, I know my nosy self. If I see a dude at a place where I'm working that has to do with food, and we have a cooler, and this dude is bringing this bag every single day and sticking it in the cooler and not going in there and getting his lunch out of it, because I do understand if you bring a lunch and it needs to stay cold, you
I'm
you
sure
might
they
put it
have
in
a
the cooler.
separate one though. I mean, usually you don't mix your food with other
True.
products.
So my nosy self, I'd have been trying to figure out what was in the bag. But for whatever reason, they didn't, and he kept bringing her. Kayla brought her there for him one time. Before all of that, when they first got evicted and they first found out that she was deceased, the day the car broke down and they had it towed and all this, and it was cold outside and the ground was cold. I believe they said there was snow on the ground. He took her this bag that had her body in it and set it on the ground between his car and a dumpster to keep her body cold. Kayla knew the whole step of the way what had happened, where this little girl was.
Yeah, but she doesn't know where she is now. I don't
Yeah, I
that.
don't believe that. I'm sorry, but it, I call bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, allegedly, he told her he wasn't going to let her know where the remains was because he didn't want uh, her to know that and slip up or have that be
Okay,
on
something
her, or
like
blah,
that.
blah, blah.
Okay, something
Okay.
like this were to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I call bullshit. Whoever this friend is that went and got the U-Haul van for him and got the hotel room for him, and when the friend and the girlfriend brought the keys to the hotel room for the U-Haul van, the girlfriend seen the bag hanging out of the refrigerator that was in the hotel room.
Oh God. Now I
And
can't.
but at that time she didn't know what it was. And now that she goes back and she hears all of this, she realizes that was Harmony's remains in that bag in the refrigerator. So I can't imagine.
That's some twisted ass shit.
It really.
Right. Seeing this bag, because, refrigerators in hotel rooms are not very big. So you
No
try to stuff a
tiny.
bag in there and the door don't shut all the way, and the bag is hanging out the door some, and somebody notices it. I can't imagine not really, noticing it and remembering it, but not thinking anything about it. And then whenever something like this comes up, you're like, oh shit, I remember that bag. It was hanging, she was in it, and he had her in that refrigerator in the hotel room.
Yeah.
After
Link
I saw
me.
that bag like the third time, I'd be like, "What the fuck's in the bag?"
So I'm saying, at the pie company, I would have went straight up in the cooler and looked and opened it up. I probably wouldn't have liked what I saw, but at the same time, the baby's remains would have been found. They would have known what happened to her instead of her being like, just think, he didn't have any respect for her when she was alive. He had absolutely no respect for her when she was already deceased. All the different places that he drugged that baby's body around, the stuff that he did to her body, and now he has
4 months.
disposed of it.
Was it like 4 months he did that?
Yeah, it was several months.
That's just crazy.
He
I
had,
I
but
can't even wrap my brain around that.
where he slipped up at though is when they were staying at the shelter, and it was
Oh yeah.
those big square vents that are pretty good size up in the ceiling. I still don't understand how he was able to take it down, put the bag up in the ceiling. Hey Kelly, how are you? And put the vent back up, and nobody realized that this man was doing this. But
Uh, The fluids is what's got me stumped.
Yeah.
well, the fluids are still in the ceiling. So when they go back to the shelter and they go up into the ceiling and they look up there, his palm prints are up there, along with, there's a stain in the ceiling. They could smell the decomp smell. Hey, glow bug. Um, they take
Bye-bye.
samples of it that comes back as Harmony's DNA.
Oh,
So they knew that he had put her up there, and he had to take her down at some point because people in the shelter were complaining of the smell. So he started freaking out and had to take her down. And then he wouldn't, I forgot what they said he went and did with her. And then he put her back up there for a little while. And that's when the fluids, and I'm not trying to be graphic, y'all, but this is everything that was talked about in the trial today.
So basically, they're just moving this little girl's remains around like it's just a normal
Like, just
something.
Yeah, just like it's clothes in a duffel bag.
It is absolutely absurd to me.
That's what they done. And Kayla knew this. Kayla knew all this stuff. But the only thing she's claiming that she does not know is where that baby is now. Because according to Kayla, Adam left, went and did whatever he did with her. Now, he was caught on, was it the Tobin Bridge? When he crossed it, the toll cameras caught him. And they have pictures of it, of the van and the times and all that. She claims that when Adam comes back, all Adam says is it's done. So all he says is it's done, and she doesn't say, well, where did you take her? Are you sure nobody saw you? Like, me, I'd have been like, are you sure nobody saw you? Are you sure nobody can find this? Like, I would have been asking questions. And according to her, she didn't ask any questions. But that was all it was said. It's done. And they went on about their life. He goes to rehab, gets him another woman. Kayla goes and does whatever, which still seems fishy to me, that if he was conditioning her, and there are pictures of where he abused her. They did show that today. But it seems kind of funny if he was so worried about her not telling on him and what she knew, then how come after he got rid of the remains, did him and her then separate?
Yeah.
Wouldn't he have still been worried about her telling on him?
I have a question.
Okay.
How long was she missing before it was reported?
2 years.
That's what I thought. So it was a long darn time.
Yeah. 2 years.
And can you guys hear anything in my background? Like, am I okay?
No, you're fine.
Okay, because I have my humidifier going and it's like right by me, and I didn't know if it was causing a problem.
No, I can't hear it.
I think I'm joining the Avery Club. I don't know how I sound to you guys, but I just woke up today feeling absolutely awful.
No, you sound fine. I can hear you're a little congested a little bit, but you're fine.
I didn't go anywhere today except for to get something to eat, and then I went and got some medicine at Walgreens, and $100 later, here I am, because I got a new humidifier because I got one for Christmas, but I lost the cord to it. I can't find a cord separate, so I just went out and bought a whole new humidifier. Plus, I got some like Mucinex and some other stuff, and
this flu crap is no fun. And my son is, he's getting sick, and this child never gets sick.
Okay, at the risk of being called, I'm playing doctor again. I'm telling you guys, get a fresh lemon, cut it in half, in a cup of water, add 2 teaspoons of thyme, and add some honey. Drink it. It will help your bowels as well as clear your lungs.
Oh, wow.
I'm just going to get a shot of whiskey.
Yeah, you can put that in there too.
Vapor said, don't do it, Lady B.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I'll just if my throat gets to hurting too bad, I'll just get a shot of whiskey.
Yes, I play a doctor on the stream, guys. But I'm telling you, my husband told me about, and I used it, and it worked. That's why I'm like, hey. Yep, lemon, half a lemon, 2 teaspoons of thyme, water, and honey.
Avery.
And I have had the sneezes too today, like no other.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like crap all together. I can't eat anything. I haven't ate in today's day 4.
Do you have any medicine?
I have Tylenol. It's not that I'm sick with a cold or anything. It's just the pain. The pain is so bad that I don't want to eat, because if I eat, then I get sick to my stomach. So, Avery, where do you see a Patrick at? Oh no, that's KK. Never mind. Dear God, I seen Hey Patrick, and I thought Avery's the one that put that in the chat. Okay, y'all, excuse me. Dear good. KK, I know who you're talking to now.
I went to someone said they had a milkshake today, and I went to Sonic and got food, and I got an ice cream. I got a blast or whatever they're called. But then I get to the window and the guy's like, "Hey, do you want a peanut butter milkshake?" And I'm like, and he's like, "For free?" Or he's like, "Do you want a large peanut butter milkshake?" And I'm like, and he goes, "For free?" I said, "Heck yeah." They must have made a milkshake instead of a blast and then just wanted to give it away instead of throw it away. So
Yeah.
I got it.
I even fixed ice cream today and couldn't eat it. But y'all know I'm sick as hell if I can't eat no ice cream.
Well, yeah, the Bluebell, right?
Yes.
Mardi Gras.
No, it wasn't Mardi Gras. It was like Cookie Two-Step or something.
I already
like
ate all of that.
Yeah, I couldn't even eat it because I don't like being nauseated. It's just like,
I can't. Yeah, I don't do that well.
The pain is so bad, and I'm trying to wait and not go to the doctor until I have my doctor's appointment next week. But I may have to end up going to the ER. It keeps going like this.
Well, and I don't know. I've stayed late at work till 5 a.m. the last 2 nights too. And I'm staying till 5 tomorrow night too. So
yeah. Let me go back to my notes here real quick.
But they're saying that they still don't know where she's at.
No, she's never been found. They know that he went across the Tobin Bridge. I think he was picked up on camera 3 different times on this bridge or near this bridge. But no, they still haven't. They haven't found her
If
remains.
he went on Tobin's Boston Harbor, I think, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I think it is. There's a lot of water in Boston. Huh.
Is DP on the table for this guy?
Was this in
No, it's not. There's no DP.
This was in Massachusetts.
He's being charged in New Hampshire because that is where it happened at in Manchester.
Okay.
But Massachusetts has been brought up in this as well, and there is.
It's right next door.
Yeah, and is the Tobin Bridge like the bridge that crosses over the state line?
No, Tobin Bridge is in downtown Boston.
Okay, because they do have him going over that bridge, I believe. I know twice, but it seems like they said that he was seen going southbound on it, and then at one time, and then like another time southbound again, and then northbound.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's the bridge that brings you in and out of downtown, and it's a north-south bridge. I'm gonna look it up just because I might be stupid, but I'm 99% sure.
Well, they did say something about southbound and northbound going across the bridge. They had him. I guess it's a toll bridge.
Yeah.
And they had him. The cameras caught him.
Everything's it is. It's the one I'm thinking of. It brings you in and out of downtown.
Okay, so that's downtown Boston.
Yep.
Okay, so there's no telling, because I haven't even heard, and they may get into this during the trial, of an exact time in this. When Kayla's going to be a witness, so I'm sure maybe when she gets on the stand, she will be able to give a better timeline of what time he left that night versus what time he got home. Manchester is only 50 miles from Logan. Logan's the airport, right?
Yeah, Boston Logan.
Okay. Because that was also brought up today when they had asked the uncle, how did you get back to Florida? Was it, did you go by plane, train, did you drive or whatever? And he said he flew in, and they asked him what airport, and he said Boston Logan.
Yeah, Manchester's a super convenient airport, but the flights are really expensive.
Okay.
Like really expensive.
How long is the trial? Avery, I had heard one time it's supposed to go to the 19th, but then I also heard to the 29th. So I don't know. The judge said today that they were getting like things were moving along quicker than what they had expected. Um, and so that's the reason why, like 20 minutes after they come back from lunch, they took their afternoon break, and then they came back from the break, and it wasn't. I think one witness, the CPS worker, and then they ended it for the day. So tomorrow starts with the ninth witness. So I don't know how long it's gonna. I mean, I don't know. This trial is.
I just got a live notification for you just now.
Well, somebody was saying, I think it was Sally Mae said, it usually pops up in Discord. I have that channel in there that shows my lives when they're scheduled, and it hasn't been popping up in Discord. And I don't know what is up with the notifications. I don't think it did it with any of the 3 lives today.
And mine just switched from live chat to top chat right when I said that.
No, mine hasn't been doing that, but my chat has been freezing up for a few seconds at a time. Okay, somebody just told me in Discord that the last 2 nights they've had trouble with the chat. It's either solid gray or black. I know the chat's been kind of acting weird the past couple of nights. I've heard several people talking about it. It's very glitchy.
Yeah, Jan said flights are about $100 more flying out of Manchester over Logan. I had it where it was 3 times that sometimes.
Is that because it's like a smaller airport?
It's a municipal, but it's so convenient if you live there.
Oh, okay.
My office was there. I had to commute there from Minneapolis every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So it was just, for me, it was very rare that I didn't just pay the extra money because the office was literally like right off the runway.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd land and have my rental car and be at my desk within like 20 minutes.
Right.
It's awesome. But having to go to Boston, then you got to deal with the tunnel, you got to deal with the rental cars, you're getting baggage claim, and it's only 50 miles, but it's 2.5 hours.
Oh yeah, because of the traffic. I bet it's horrible. I would like to go to Boston. Y'all, I don't like big cities.
It's a cool city.
I would like to go there and to Dorchester.
That's where Grandpa was based out of when he was in the Navy.
In Dorchester?
In Boston.
Boston? Okay. Dan, yes, I will have a panel open tomorrow night. Are you talking about tomorrow night or during the day tomorrow, Dan? Go ahead, Big Al.
Oh, Avery was asking if we talked about Phenix yet. No, we haven't.
No, not yet. I'm about to get to that.
I haven't gotten worked up about that yet.
I was saving that one for the end.
Fucking light my fuse on that one tonight. That one's gonna set me off.
I was, because I didn't go live last night, and there really wasn't a whole lot that happened with the trial yesterday. Just mostly, they explained the thing with the view and that they had went on, and then I think the biggest thing was him coming in via Zoom saying that he was going to change his pleas for those 2 charges. But I didn't even get to go over anything that happened yesterday last night, so I was trying to get like 2 days in tonight to kind of get everybody caught up, because not everybody is able to come in during the day and watch it with us. But I think I did pretty good today with my notes. I did actually get all the names of the witnesses. And they are supposed to be back. She did instruct the jury to be back tomorrow morning at 8:45. So I went ahead and did my scheduling for in the morning as soon as, if it goes past that, because I did hear her say something about she has a very small docket in the morning before the trial is to start. So she's hoping they can kick off the trial at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to send you A Blazer pick score. Okay. Um, so if it doesn't start at 9 o'clock Eastern or 8 o'clock Central or whatever, as soon as it pops up, I will go live with it. So, all right, I don't really have notes on Phoenix's stuff other than his parents got arrested.
Which I can't. I can believe about the mom, but the dad.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the dad.
What's going on there?
They both got 2 charges of. Hold on, let me go back and see what the exact charge was. But they both got 2 charges. Avery, where did you put that at? Hold on, because Avery posted. Here we go. I want to make sure I got the. It was something to do with chemicals. Okay. Pull up the article real quick. Yeah, I could have seen. Why is it not sharing? What the hell? Why is it pulled up on y'all's screen?
No.
Shit. Why is it not sharing? Why is my StreamYard not responding? Oh my god.
Why is the chat not working? What's going on?
What the hell? Avery, give me just 1 second. As soon as I can get back to my StreamYard.
What the hell?
I will throw the link out for you. It is saying that my StreamYard is not responding. I can't. Son of a bitch. Like, nothing on Brave is responding. Oh my god, what the hell is going on?
We're going down, guys.
If I drop off, then just give me a few minutes and I will try to come back in as soon as it allows me to. I don't know if it's my internet that's acting up or what is going on. I'm gonna go shut everybody's Wi-Fi down.
You should be able to take time off of what you're charged on YouTube for when it doesn't work properly.
Yeah, but they won't.
No, they'll never do that.
Now my internet, every time it goes down, I keep it with the time that it goes down and the time it comes back up, and they will give me a refund on that time. Because I told them this shit goes out too much for me to pay what I pay every month and having the issues that I have with it. And it's still like I have 3 tabs.
Especially when you do stuff like this and depend on it.
Yeah.
Starlink.
I really need
Just
to get Starlink.
Bite the bullet.
What's Starlink?
Elon's satellite Wi-Fi.
Oh.
I really do need to get it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's rockstar cool.
And I may just have to end up getting the one for your camper or whatever.
The mobile.
Yeah, I may have to end up getting that one.
Is it super expensive though?
It's like $500 for the hardware.
Holy moly.
Yeah, but then you have it and you're done and it works perfectly. I mean,
I tell you what, ours is absolutely fantastic.
Mine's never not worked.
And
mine's my backup. Mine's my backup for my fiber.
Okay.
I don't have fiber.
But you have the Starlink?
No, I don't have Starlink.
I have Starlink.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, now let's try this shit again.
If my internet goes out, I can't process credit cards, so I've got to have a backup.
Oh yeah.
Charlotte, you're on twice.
I'm on twice. Oh, son of a bitch.
I liked having 2 Scarlets up here.
Well, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind having 3 or 4 Scarlets, but
how the hell do I leave the? Dear God. Okay. There we go. Oh my gosh. Now, let me try this again. Avery, let me grab the link for you now. Even my YouTube chat froze completely up that time. I have. Okay, Dan said now it's $700 for the hardware.
Oh,
jeez. But I mean,
I paid $4.99 for mine.
In the long run, though, it would probably be the best if it works. I may have to cut down a few trees in the yard, but
no, you don't.
How's it going to get a signal through a tree?
You don't need much. I promise.
Well, I may try it, but I still need to cut the trees down anyway. I told that the other day.
We had towers we were hitting off of, and we had to get rid of it because our trees were getting too big.
I think though in the long run, even though you have to pay for the hardware and you basically have to set everything up yourself, I think in the long run though it's for the best.
It's $5.99 right now at Best Buy for the hardware.
So that's not bad.
No,
hey Avery.
And setting it up is literally plug and play. You set it down on the ground, it finds everything on its own. You plug it into the router and you connect to your Wi-Fi, and that's it.
Okay, so it's pretty simple then.
Yeah, it's
Dan, that would be cool.
Easy.
Dan wants to join panel tomorrow if he can. Tomorrow night.
Okay. Avery, are you feeling any better?
Not so much. I guess I'm getting referred to a ear, nose, and throat specialist. And they got me a little bit worried. I got to be honest with you. I know it's a cold virus or whatever, know, but I am a smoker, and they were not liking something they seen in my throat, and
oh well,
yeah. But I keep telling myself, I'm like, well, Jaden has it too, so like it's got to be, like something viral. I keep talking myself, back down, like you're fine.
Well, I mean, like I said earlier, my oldest son never gets sick. He's the one that wouldn't go out during Rona because he didn't want to get Rona. And he hasn't been anywhere, and he's sick now. He started, saying yesterday he has a sore throat. His eyes are very red and watery. And then today he started coughing, and now my whole house smells like Lysol.
Well, so yesterday the doctor told me to go to the pharmacy, and you have to show your driver's license and stuff, and you buy this stuff. It's called pseudo something. It's a long name. I think it's like the generic name for Sudafed.
Oh, pseudoephedrine?
Yeah, pseudoephedrine. That's it. And so I did. I went and I got that, and oh my goodness, I can't sleep. I don't know.
No, it will keep you awake.
Does it like jacks you up? Like that's what they use in the
there's a reason why you had to show your ID when you bought it, because it was probably behind the counter. Because when you buy that, they scan your ID or whatever, and they keep up with how much of that you buy.
Oh yeah, and then I had to read this form on the little where you sign your name for your thing. Yeah, I had to read this little form, like promising not to do anything illegal with it, and I was like,
"I want to make sure you're not breaking bad, girl."
Yeah, I was telling that lady, I'd never heard of it before, and I was telling that lady, I'm like, what in the heck am I getting ready to take? But it did nothing. It did nothing for me.
And this is over the counter.
Well, it's behind the counter, but over the counter, if that makes sense.
But you can get it over the counter.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a prescription for it.
No. You just have to have your ID and your whole life history before you can actually buy it.
Yeah, all I know is that I did not sleep last night, and then when I finally fell asleep this morning, I had some crazy dreams, and it had to have been from that medicine, whatever the heck. But I came up here to tell you about Phenix. So I'm so confused, and I posted a link for you in the back chat. to see if maybe you guys can help me understand this, because I was told
Oh,
that
fuck a duck. Hold on.
did she just say fuck a duck?
Yes, I did.
Lines.
I haven't heard that one in a minute.
I hadn't either.
I'm trying to. What I'm trying to do is my Brave has now. It's not responding again, and so I'm in the process of trying to get on StreamYard through Google. And when I pulled it up, everything was echoing, and I was trying to get it. I was trying to get it down.
I'm so sorry to laugh,
No.
Scarlett, but I did not
That
expect
was
that from
funny.
you.
I'm sorry. Because I'm trying to get it done because I'm going to have to mute myself. So, Avery, go ahead and tell your thing about Phoenix
Okay.
and what you know about it. I'm going to mute myself so I can try to get into StreamYard on Google.
Okay. Well, okay, so I put a link in the back chat because I thought maybe you guys could help me understand
Well,
what the
they
heck.
were smoking weed and meth around the kid.
Yeah, but the reason I'm confused is because I thought they had done hair follicle tests on everybody. And that's why they put these charges against the parents. And I'm thinking, okay, that makes sense because several months ago, the parents were still together and they were living in the county where the dad lives, which is where they are arrested. But the article says that the kids were exposed to marijuana and meth on January 12th of this year. But that would be in the county where we were looking for him. So that's a different county. And
Okay,
You're muffled.
you
that's,
sound muffled.
oh shit. And I'm on a roll too.
You're okay now. It's just wherever you moved your mouth a second ago.
And can everybody hear me okay now?
Yes.
Yep.
Just stop chewing on your microphone, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Who?
Am I better?
Yep.
Yes.
Wait,
That's
who's chewing on a microphone?
Avery was.
Avery.
Oh,
Was it?
She almost had the thing
Well,
swallowed from the sounds of it.
Yep.
did I sound better?
Yes.
yeah, you did now.
Okay. All right. I'll try not to keep licking my phone. But,
You're seriously, girl, licking your phone.
but I don't understand because the article that I put in the back chat, it says that according to court documents, that the kids were exposed to the methamphetamine and marijuana on January 12th. So that would have been in the county where he went missing. And also, I was looking back, that's the day he went missing. January 12th is the day he went missing because he was found January 14th. So now I'm super confused.
Okay. Now let me see if I can get this article pulled up now. If not, I'm just gonna throw the whole damn thing out the window.
I don't think a hair follicle test can tell an exact day, can it?
Oh yes.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
Oh,
so
yeah. Hair follicle is very exact.
I know that they can go back like several months to a year, maybe longer.
Yeah, they're very exact.
But I wonder, can they test levels through a hair follicle?
It must be, but
yeah, they can.
It doesn't make sense because but you know what though? This is the other thing I was going to tell you. So January 12th is the day after the dad said that he gave the kids back to Cheyenne for her week. So I'm just wondering if maybe they're off a day because they're arrested in the county where he lives. So not the county where Phoenix went missing.
No.
So I'm
I'm
very
not seeing anything in this article that they actually tested, just that Phoenix did.
Well, they have 2 counts, one for each child.
Well, right, but I'm not seeing that they tested positive.
Oh, the parents.
Correct.
So it must be just for the kids.
So they were exposed.
But the parents did do drug tests because, well, at least that's what the dad told us.
But I mean, obviously, it had to come from somewhere in order for it to show up in their hair.
That far back too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they had to, like literally sitting in a cloud of it.
in my understanding, it depends on how long your hair is. So, like, the longer your hair is, the farther back they can trace it.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Okay,
um,
so the younger kids. So Phoenix was, how old was he? 5,
4.
4.
And the
His
sister is 5.
okay. So they both have the same dad, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember if they did or not.
But what I'm trying to understand is, so the dad lives in Abbeville, and then the mom lives in Clayton. Clayton is where Phoenix went missing. But they're both arrested in Abbeville. That's where they're in jail. And
Is
that's
it a
a
different
totally,
county? Or
yeah,
same county?
totally different county. So that's why I'm like, I don't understand. It's just not making sense to me yet.
Maybe they admitted it.
Maybe that could
Or
be it.
after the kids tested positive, they got a search warrant and
Probably searched both places.
because that would make sense.
But wouldn't she have got, because if they live in 2 different counties, they get a search warrant for each house. They go in and they search the mom's house. Wouldn't she have gotten arrested in that county?
Yeah, yeah.
Or are they just going to let one county handle both of them?
Well, I would think the dad would be more reckless with the location of it because he's not where the issues happened. I would think the minute the kid went missing, she probably threw her stuff in the woods
Away.
or whatever,
Yeah.
got rid of it. She knew the cops were coming, obviously. She called them, asked them to come.
It's just very strange to me that they came out with a specific date of
Well,
January 12th, which happens to be the day he went missing.
when we did follicle testing at Best Buy, they explained it to us as the follicle itself is like today. And then they measure up they use a unit of measure from there. And each unit of measure is a day. So they can tell if it's been 30 days since you smoked weed, if your hair's long enough.
Oh, okay.
But at Best Buy, all the potheads decided they'd just shave their heads. So then they started doing fingernails, and then I found out fingernails were even more accurate.
Oh, damn, I've never heard of the fingernails.
And last even longer.
But how would shaving your head help? Because there's
no hair to pull out.
There's no hair to test.
Yeah, but there's still a follicle in your skin.
Not if you're shaved to the.
Yeah, I mean, they would have to wait for it to grow out enough to pluck a hair.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, these guys were all like shaving their heads.
Yeah.
They came out one day. We never got drug tested. Then all of a sudden they were like, surprise. And all these people were freaking out. It just so happened to be a time in my life when I wasn't smoking, so I didn't care. And I was laughing at them. All of a sudden, I had three coworkers were bald the next day, and I'm like, "You couldn't look any worse, you idiots! You're all bald, cue ball white heads, in the middle of summer. Their faces are all tan."
It's got to be long enough for them to pull it out, but when they pull it out, they're pulling out the actual follicle.
They don't cut your hair.
It deposits in your hair.
Gotcha.
The follicle itself. Like this one lady, she was putting stuff in her husband's drinks and stuff at the hospital, and he would get really sick, and then she'd nurse back and all of this stuff. And they did a hair follicle test, and they could tell like 3 or 4 months before, you could see this line where there was arsenic there, and then they didn't have any, and then arsenic there for further up in his hair follicle.
Wow.
So like you and me and whoever else, as long as you like, our hair is long, so they can tell a lot.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
according
crazy.
to LabCorp, you can go back 90 days on a hair sample, and your hair grows an average of 1 inch per month.
1 inch per month.
Yep.
Yeah, an average of 1 inch, 1/2 inch per month. I'm sorry.
What the hell is wrong with my hair? Because mine grows slow.
Shit, you should see mine right now. I haven't cut mine in 2 months, and it's down to my shoulders.
Yeah,
Mine
I
grows.
cut mine
I got a
on the
rocking
full
mullet going right
moon.
now.
Mine grows super fast though,
I
I
seriously.
do.
think mine grows fast
Mine.
too.
But not just the hair on my head. Like I'm one of those people I can't get away with, not shaving my legs for a day because that it's just my whole body. It's just everywhere. I'm just a hairy
So,
person. I
so it
don't.
says here that a hair follicle drug test can determine patterns of illicit drug use or prescription medication or chemicals over a certain period, typically 3 month period.
Okay.
Well,
No Way wants to know real quick in chat. What was it that they found in Phoenix's system?
oh, meth
Meth and marijuana.
and
Okay.
marijuana.
Okay. That poor child.
People.
That's awful.
Isn't it? Yeah. No,
I
see,
mean,
I
not
ended up
marijuana.
I ended up blocking the dad on social media, which well, no, just really one person in our group got really mad at me actually, for being mad at him for asking me out. But I just thought that, I don't know, I found that to
Well,
be like so,
remember what I told you about that, and we don't need to repeat exactly what I said, but what
yeah,
he was more worried about than his child missing.
right.
Yeah.
And so I thought, you know what? So then somebody in our group sent me a message and was like, Avery, you shouldn't have said that on YouTube about him. He was just asking you on a date, blah, blah, blah. Made me feel bad, right? So I unblocked him because I felt bad. But this man got worse. And it got to the point where I ended up having to block him again. Like he's not normal. He's not right in his head. And then it wasn't until yesterday when they got arrested is when I seen the age difference between him and the mom.
How much
It,
is it?
it's like 15 years. He's
Wow.
39 and she's 24,
25.
I knew there was an age
25.
you could
Yeah.
see it, but wow.
So then it's just too much for me. I
Mhm.
just don't think they're good parents at all.
No.
Because I remember you saying something about him before, but then you started talking to him and you're like, I don't think he had anything to do with this.
And I still don't, but now I'm questioning because
Well,
if
maybe
they,
not him going missing part of it. Maybe the dad didn't have anything to do with it because Phoenix was with his mom. But the
mhm.
drug part of it,
But how were the mom and the dad together?
All it takes is one ride in the car.
maybe they were
Mm,
going to, because Phoenix is in someone else's care right now, right?
yeah,
It,
that it could have been the ride in the car because
they could have been going to see Phoenix, and when they showed up to wherever it was that they were going to see him, Popo's busted them right there. And was like, no, sorry, you can't come see him because y'all got this in your system and y'all are now under arrest for, this child having it while he
The
was in
article
both of
doesn't
y'all's
talk about
care.
them testing. The article talks about the children
Yeah,
testing.
that's what I'm saying,
Well,
because it
mhm.
was found in their system, in the kid's system. And it had to come from one or both parents.
Yeah,
but what about the stepdad? What about her
The
boyfriend?
boyfriend,
It's not a step.
yeah, he was just allegedly a friend.
so I read in the Facebook group, and now this is just alleged because how whatever's put in that Facebook group, you don't know.
You
I
have to
mean, it's
take it
not,
with a grain of salt.
yeah, it's not coming from law enforcement, but I read in there that guy, the friend, is the one who ratted them out about about supposedly he told law enforcement that when when people were out searching and she was acting like an ass at the command center when she was doing the
Mm-hmm.
twerking and dancing and stuff, he said she was going off and smoking the meth then.
Well,
Wow.
I thought it was just, like I had heard about it, but I thought it was just like bad nerves. Like her nerves were just, I didn't really think much of it, to be honest with you. until now.
I know when I'm nervous, the first thing I do is twerk. I mean, I go right to it. I can't help myself. Right up on the
Oh
fucking
my!
coffee table, and I just let her rip.
Oh my god.
Oh
Don't
my
make me
God.
laugh because I cough and I
It
sound
hurts.
like an old ass woman.
Okay, so there is an article that was posted in that Facebook group that says boy's parents smoked pot and meth on the day that he disappeared.
See?
I'm guessing what this complaint has said in it. I can only see part of the article, but it says investigators say the parents of an autistic Barber County boy who went missing had used marijuana and methamphetamines on the day that he disappeared. Cheyenne Ray and Joshua Wilkerson faced 2 felony counts each of chemical endangerment, alleging that they used those drugs on January the 12th when Phenix, and I can't see the rest of it because it was like a screenshot of it. And then there's, oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Wait.
Referring to his parents?
So when Phenix Wilkerson walked off from his Barber County home, searchers found Phenix after a frantic 2-day search during which they all gave up hope because of the rainy sub-freezing temperatures. And then it says down here, sources say that hospital workers took blood from Phenix, which revealed drug usage. His sister was later tested according to those same sources.
Ooh, okay. See, so
was the dad and the mom both at her house, and they
Well, that's
were
what I was-
at the same location using this
that's
day
what's
that he went
weird.
missing?
That's what's weird because the dad told me that
I thought he was.
he wasn't there.
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
What happened?
I don't know. Can anybody?
I can
I'm
hear
back.
you.
I had to go grab my food. I'm sorry.
Like, it went dark.
No.
Yeah, that's what's weird because the dad
Oh, come on.
and the police said that he wasn't there that day. So I don't know. It's very confusing to me.
KK, it was a joke. I would never, ever twerk. Ever.
Did you just say torque?
Yes,
what he
twerk. It was a joke.
Yes, Big Al.
Okay, so
I can't get the picture of Big Al twerking out of my head now.
No, you should get it out as fast as you can because it's gonna poison your fucking brain.
You know
Okay.
who I see? Okay, this is what I picture. You know that guy? I don't know his name. I'm sorry. But you know that one that is the UPS kind of guy, on, what is it, King of Queens or something?
oh yes, Kevin James.
Him twerking is what I see in my head right now with Big Al.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Now,
Okay.
Alabama is pretty serious about that. So every case I've ever known, when parents have been charged with chemical endangerment, and but I
I've
mean,
never heard of such a charge.
yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard
I
of it a
hadn't
lot.
either.
I've heard of it a lot here, and they don't give those kids back. They'll be put somewhere. So I don't think they'll be getting their kids back.
Well, do you remember when the dad said that he didn't know that Phenix was missing?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we know the exact day that Phenix went from his dad's house to his mom's house?
Supposedly the 11th is what his dad told me.
Okay. So do we know, did the dad bring Phenix to the mom, or did the mom go to the dad's and pick him up?
Oh, I don't know that. That's a good question.
Because it sounds like wherever he was given from one parent to the other is where the drug usage was going on. And it sounds like it was possibly at the dad's house, since that's the county that they were arrested in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe they were both using at his house, which would then mean if that is the case, then she drove back home with that baby in the car
Mhm.
while she was high on drugs,
Yeah.
putting
Yeah.
him in further danger.
Well,
So
both kids, because
right.
yeah, and it's sad, honestly. It's, and now I wonder if, like if they weren't doing that, if they wouldn't have lost him to begin with, because that could have ended so much worse.
Well, I mean, I'm wondering because she claims that she walked out of the camper, went next door to use the bathroom, and the boyfriend slash friend, whatever he is, was
Yeah.
in the camper with Phenix when Phenix went missing. So I'm still wondering what this guy was doing. Was he in there doing drugs as well? And was he passed out? Was he asleep? Was what
He
like
says he
what was
was
he doing?
asleep. Yeah, he says he was asleep.
I don't. This whole case is just,
Isn't it crazy?
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's been weird from the get-go.
Hey, Scarface.
I'm just glad that the kids are, somewhere safe now, and hopefully they don't get them back because they don't deserve a second chance. In my opinion, they don't deserve a second chance. But,
No, they don't.
No.
They really don't. That
and then
baby
that
deserves
that man
better.
has the nerve to be asking me out when he is sticking methamphetamines in his body. What in the world is he thinking?
Well, I mean, don't you remember him putting about what was it, him being single or whatever
Yeah.
on Facebook when
Yeah.
his child is missing, and everybody threw a fit, and he comes up with the excuse, "Well, I didn't know that Phoenix was missing at the time."
Yeah.
Well,
He
if
couldn't have
you
got a bigger audience if he'd asked for one, I mean, everybody's going to the Facebook and looking it up. It's a perfect time to put that out there.
right,
Yeah, I
and
told my sister that today. I told my sister earlier today, I said, what in the world is he thinking asking me out when he's a dang drug addict? And my sister goes, I always told you look like a hood rat.
Oh my gosh.
You and your sister, I swear.
well, like I told you, that man was worried about one thing and one
Yep.
thing only, and I'm not going to say the word that I used when I
No,
told
you guys
Avery
don't
this.
want to know the word she.
I had to make sure that she was sitting down whenever I said it, but I was straight up with her. The dude was only worried about one thing and one thing only while his child was missing. Because
Yeah.
if my child is missing, or any other parent in here who has a child that goes missing, we're not going to be worried about asking somebody out.
Right? Yeah.
We're going to be out there searching for our child. And this dude was throwing up things about him being single, asking
Yeah.
people out, all
Yeah.
this.
I
So
can't believe I felt bad and unblocked him, but then he got worse and I had to just go back and reblock him again because he's a weirdo. Like weird.
well, just think, there's no telling how much substances he has put in his body, and he doesn't have a clear mind. He wasn't giving a
Right.
damn about his child missing.
Yeah.
Well, Avery, how long was he missing?
2 full nights and
Wasn't it 50 something hours
Oh,
yeah.
total?
Yeah.
So it was over 48 hours that he was missing.
Oh yeah.
It just
Mhm.
concerns me what happened to him in that 48 hours.
Yeah, because he went missing on it was like noon on whatever day it was.
Mhm.
And then he was missing all that night, all the next day, all the next night, and then the following day around 3 is when they found him. So yeah, it was probably going on like 60 hours.
Yeah, it
Or
was.
close to it.
And the way he was found, like we were saying, like we wonder if someone took him and he was, you know what I mean? Like, how did he get from point A to point B in those
Uh-huh.
60 hours?
Poor kid had meth
Those
in his
shoes.
system.
I'm hearing
That's,
feedback. Can anybody
just-
else hear it?
oh no, I can't really hear much of anything anyhow.
It just really worries me about what he went through within those 50 some hours.
Yeah. I'm telling you, That's quite shocking to see that on the news.
And
Oh, I
wait, when you were talking about the mom was out twerking and dancing, did you say that she was doing that while at the staging place where they
the,
were all gathered up to go out
yeah,
and twerk for him?
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Oh
Now,
my.
I didn't see it with my own eyes, but I had heard about it, and I just thought,
Why didn't somebody confront her about that?
Oh God.
I
I
don't,
know
I
that.
don't know, because I didn't see it with my own eyes, but I had heard about it, and I even thought to myself, maybe she's just like really nervous, over everything and just, acting like an idiot or something. I just put it off to just being young and stupid. I didn't really think much of it.
I could not have contained
No.
my mouth at that point because I would have been like, why the hell are you up here twerking and dancing and all this and that while your little boy is out missing in the woods?
It gives
Like,
me Casey Anthony vibes.
Yeah.
I would have had to have said something.
I can't even picture her fat ass twerking, to be honest with you. Oh, girl.
I mean, when she did the interview, don't y'all remember we watched the interview and she just
Yeah.
didn't.
Her emotions
No
weren't
emotion.
right.
Really.
Yeah, and that could have been from the substances, but
Yeah.
it was like she
God.
wasn't in check with reality, uh, and what was going on at that time.
Tell you what, if that's what methamphetamine does to you, I don't know, just keep that crap away from me because it obviously makes you, into, I mean, I don't know how you just can't have emotion like that when your
Well,
child is
King Scarlet puts her theory in chat, which sort of makes sense to if you take what King Scarlet says. So her theory is he got into their stash somehow. They freaked out, made up a story, and they thought that maybe he had passed on. Uh, if you take that theory and you think about the dad and how he was acting on social media, and you take how we saw the mom acting in her interview, and a lot of people said, this was a hoax. They made this up and all this and that. That could
yeah,
be a good theory if you think about it. They
yeah,
didn't know how to act as a freaked out parent because they knew where he was at.
yeah,
Not saying that that's true and that's what happened, but there's
yeah.
always that possibility.
So I wonder, when it says that the kids were exposed to that chemical, that would be smoke, right? Like you smoke that stuff, the methamphetamine.
Don't say that.
So they must be like blowing it out, and then the kids got secondhand smoke, or do you think they think that the
You
kids
could have touched it and
ingested
ingested it through their skin.
it?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Same thing with
Just
marijuana. Marijuana, you
any
can ingest it through your skin as well.
anything.
ooh, that could be.
Basically, he had to be in the same room with them with
Yeah,
it at some point, whether they was at the time that they were using it or they had it sitting out and, like was said, he touched it.
that's just so crazy.
So
It
do
really
they
is.
have any idea where this little boy was holed up?
No.
No. And I mean, he's nonverbal, so he can't say, well, I was, I was lost in the woods and came across a house, and so I stayed in there.
Right.
Like it seems to me, because there were so many different footprints in different locations, it seemed to me like we were just barely missing him. Like he was on the run, and as we'd come up on one place, he was just, leaving that spot and taking off running. That's how I thought, that because there were so many different footprints. But
I just still wonder. I just still wonder about that, Avery.
yeah, I know.
I mean, I always had the feeling. I mean, that's a lot. I know he was a little scratched up and stuff, but I mean, you said it was cold out there, right? It was freaking cold.
Oh yeah, even the articles that Skylar just read, it said it was sub-freezing
Sub-freezing
temperatures.
temperatures.
So
Yeah.
how did his little toes not get frostbitten in that wet?
Well, he had hypothermia. He did have that,
Yeah,
but I
but
don't.
his little toes. I mean, if you have socks on, or even if you don't, your feet are gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really a miracle that he's alive,
It
honestly.
really is. I just still wonder if he didn't find it. I wonder, number one, if somebody had him, or number two, if he didn't find some place to hold up during most of that.
Yeah.
And KK put in the chat, maybe like the THC gummies. Could
Yeah.
he have gotten a hold of those thinking that they were candy? And that's how that part got in his system?
Yeah, but that doesn't explain the
The meth
methamphetamine.
part, yeah. So that part would have, they would have had to have been smoking it or had it left out and he got a hold of it.
Yeah.
It's a wonder the baby didn't die. If that is the case and he touched
Yep.
it or got a hold of it, it's a wonder the
Yeah.
baby didn't die.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty hard on these parents for that because,
Good.
you
I
know,
hope so.
they've already been looking for a reason to come after these parents because they used a lot of resources and,
Mm-hmm.
cost the state money and stuff. Well, now they have a valid reason. They're gonna nail them. They're gonna absolutely nail them.
Good. They should.
I bet you they both get time, in prison.
Where is Phoenix and his sister at now?
I don't know. They were with the maternal grandparents, but I don't know where they are now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the parents are still in jail. I don't think they've bailed out or anything.
Let me see what Bond Link says. I'm trying to eat. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat all this.
Oh, I'm trying to think of what
Alabama.
county it is for you to look on VineLink. It starts with an 8.
It's not gonna ask for the county. It just asks for the state.
Oh. Okay.
Joshua is his first name, right?
Yeah. Joshua Wilkerson. I don't remember her last name.
Ray. When it's Cheyenne Ray? Isn't that what the article said?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Damn it, I'm tired of verifying that I'm not a flipping robot. Okay, here we go. Shit. Okay, so it says that there is no matches.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think Alabama participates in VineLink too much.
So yeah, that could be the reason also that if they don't report it to VineLink.
Yeah. Alabama is a very weird state. I don't know if it's because we have so many small off-the-grid counties or what, but it's really hard to get public records here. It's really hard to look up arrests, things like that, because there's just so many counties here that are not hooked into the big databases. I mean, I know that I've had family and friends arrested, and there's you can't find anything about it online. So it's
I'm fixing to see. It's Henry County is
we're
the
just
county
backwards.
that the dad lives in. So I'm gonna see if I can find if they have a jail roster.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And see if,
How many counties are in Alabama?
Oh, girl, I don't know. I don't know. A lot. I know where I live, I sit on the line of 3 counties. I'm unincorporated. I don't even have a police department where my house is. So good luck to anybody trying to look me up.
I couldn't even tell you how many parishes the state of Louisiana has.
It says there's 67 counties in Alabama.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
There's 93 in Nebraska.
And we have some that are so tiny, you blink, and you go through them.
Oh yeah.
There's a county, it's called Coosa County. I believe it's called Coosa County. They don't even have a red light, but it's a whole county.
Oh.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
But then there's Texas that has 100 and some.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Let me go to this one now, see if I can find a jail roster for these. on this website. How do you spell Joshua? Joshua, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dan, be nice. Or be cool, Dan. Be cool.
Okay, I don't want to do that because that's going to do like a bunch of damn searches. Surely they've got to have a jail inmate roster.
I don't know how big Abbeville is, so I'm not really sure.
So Henry County jail inmates got a lawsuit against the sheriff. I don't care about that.
Barker County.
Yeah. So Barber County is where he went missing, but they were arrested in Henry County.
Yeah. And then it depends if Abbeville even has a jail. Because like here where I live, our nearest jail is 45 minutes away. So I don't even know if they have a jail there in Abbeville.
Well, they'd have to be picking them up on a warrant after the test.
True. Yeah.
The test is not an instant test. That's something that has to go to the lab.
Ugly Trucking.
Hey, y'all hold on. I got to mute for just 1 second.
It's Ugly Trucking says, Avery, set up an Alicourt account.
Oh, I have Alicourt. Yep. I got my sister's login. You guys the other night I was craving a banana split. It felt so good on my throat. And now tonight I'm craving strawberry shortcake.
Okay, I'm back.
And where was this at again, Avery? This search?
It was Clayton, Alabama.
In Clayton, okay.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm craving strawberry shortcake tonight.
My husband had some vanilla yogurt and he put pears in it and made
Ooh.
cream. It's really good.
Ooh, have you ever had pears with, okay, this sounds gross, but
with cheese?
Mayonnaise and cheese?
Oh, I've never ate it. I refuse to eat that.
I get overloaded with
there are people who eat that.
It's actually pretty good.
I'm kind of more of a pure flavor taste kind of person.
Okay, there is nothing but that, like just maybe a few articles about them being arrested.
Yeah.
But there's nothing as far as unless they've done bonded out. But what day were they arrested?
Yesterday.
The 7th. So
they could have bonded out today then.
I highly doubt they've bonded out though. Neither side of, I mean, they don't even have money for a lawyer when they were, supposedly going to fight each other for custody. They were trying to raise money for a lawyer. The dad was trying to raise money to get a car because his car was broke down. I don't think they've got money or anything.
Okay, this article says that a complaint from the State Bureau of Investigation claims that Wilkerson was directly exposed to the drugs and possibly inhaled or ingested them.
Ooh.
Not good.
That's bad.
That's real bad. That's
right,
in fact real bad.
Throw some looks at them.
I mean, especially the other, I have.
Yeah, just either one of them. Inhaling or ingesting is really bad.
Well, yeah.
Neither one of those kids died.
That's bad.
Yeah. But it does say that they are charged with 2 counts of chemical endangerment of each child. So that's where the 2 counts are coming from.
Wow.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Ray and Wilkerson were booked into the Henry County Jail on a $5,000 bond each.
Yeah, they don't have
$5,000 bond. So I wonder if it's a cash bond or does it say if it's cash or property?
It just it just says 5,000 bond.
5,000.
5,000.
should be more than
and
that.
that's probably
Yeah,
5,000.
it should be.
Yeah, because you're talking what, $500?
Well, if they have property, I know he doesn't. He lives in an apartment, him and his mom. So I know they don't have property, but her family might have property to put up.
Well, wasn't the property that they lived on where he went missing, wasn't that her dad and stepmom that lived in that house next to the camper?
I think it's just her mom. I'm not positive though.
Let's see, Annabella Deer. Okay, hold on. Let me find. Josh is
Oh,
posting on Facebook 7 hours ago.
Oh,
All
he
right, thank you,
really?
Annabelle. Let's see.
So he's out then.
We got to go see what Josh was posting.
See, I got him blocked, so I can't look.
He was from Eufaula, right? Wasn't that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually in
Oh yeah,
Abbeville.
he did.
What did
Yes.
he have to say himself? Is he still
He
looking for
posted 7
dating?
hours ago. It said he posted a meme, I guess, or a statement that somebody else had posted on their Facebook. He shared it. Single and looking for an immigrant who wants a green card. My love is for sale.
Oh my word! This guy is sleaze, man.
See, I'm telling y'all,
Kidding
this
me?
man was trying to ask me out. What the
And
heck?
then
Did that jackoff just
somebody
put a
said,
felony on Facebook? That's
Yeah.
a fucking felony.
I swear, I will. Hold on, I will pull it up and
That's
show
a
y'all.
felony.
Wait,
Oh.
why can I not? Why can I not
Okay.
share anything?
Avery, you really attract the good ones, don't you?
I'm telling you.
Surprised he was asking for a woman. I am surprised at how and what he posted, though.
I'm serious. I was looking in the mirror today going, do I really look like a hood rat?
Well, I can't share shit, y'all. Every time I try to pull something up on the screen to show y'all, it goes to not responding. My StreamYard
I
does.
always thought I looked kind of classy.
You do.
Well, somebody asked him, "You're out already?" And then somebody was like, tagged that person was like, "That's what I was wondering."
Jeez.
9 hours ago, he posted, "I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I am a things don't add up and it's pretty obvious theorist." Dude, you just need to stay the hell off of Facebook. I'm sorry.
Well,
12 hours ago, he posted three reasons why you shouldn't open the door. They don't usually lead to places. Places are often populated with people, and people are, by and large, spectacularly awful. You were one of those people.
oof. Yeah, I know he stays up all night on Facebook because that was why I ended up blocking him again. Because not only was he sending weird messages, but he was calling me on Facebook Messenger at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we're up.
Yeah, so he's probably still using. I just don't know how many times they're going to put their child's life at risk. You know, I'm just glad that this happened and those kids are removed.
Hold on, let me put this in here for Dan. This dude has literally, y'all. So he posted some stuff a day ago. Then 2 days ago, he was like, way too solid to be half loved, half respected, and half appreciated. Below that, good luck sending me mixed signals. I don't even understand the direct ones. He is just on and on and on about being single and looking for somebody. Dude, you were literally just arrested for your baby having drugs in his system.
He's pretty desperate.
And you're on here talking about dating and looking for someone. Jesus Christ, this dude is desperate. Like, he is hard up.
I'm telling you, I'm rather offended that he asked me out.
I would be too.
I mean, I would have wrote him back and been like, you're sitting here asking me out while your child is missing, and now here you are getting arrested because the baby has drugs in the system.
No, you know what?
You
bad, Avery, but at the same time, I wouldn't take it too seriously considering he's
oh
begging
yeah.
anybody to go out with him.
Yeah. No, I'm really laughing about it, but I'll tell you guys what my response to him was when he asked me. I responded and I said, like you, I also have a disabled child, and he takes up all of my time, and I don't. So I'm not dating. I'm raising my child. That's the response I gave him. I was hoping it would give him something to chew on, to think about.
Oh, he went straight to looking
Oh,
for
he
somebody else.
ain't.
He was like, damn, she turned me down. Let me go see if I can find somebody else.
Mm-mm.
No lady said, well, it would be easy to find himself an illegal.
Golly.
He's that desperate to find someone that he was willing to put that out on Facebook about.
When his son was missing.
Well, no, this
Yeah.
was just 7 hours ago.
No, I know, but he put it out.
Yeah, about, yeah. When
Yeah.
his priorities are ass backwards.
Pretty crazy.
We may have had to go look for you if you'd gone out with this guy.
Oh, good grief. There's no way in the world.
Well,
There's no way.
I'm just saying, it's
Just
like,
his picture alone,
yeah.
that was a big no.
Mm-hmm.
It was just he has total lack of respect. You could see that. Just his priorities are backwards. He obviously doesn't give a damn about his kids.
Mm-mm.
There's no telling what other charges he's had in the past. He doesn't
Yep.
take care of his kids. He's just not a good person. Him or the mom, either one. And if the boyfriend was sitting there doing this in front of those kids, he ain't worth the shit either.
Nope.
So apparently he's out of jail. I wanted to bring up what he was saying on there, but I can't bring anything up for some reason. So let me see if Cheyenne has said anything. How do you spell Cheyenne's name?
I think it's SHYANN.
E, I think.
It's got an E on the end of it.
I think so.
Oh.
Oh wait, did she
That's
delete hers?
Oh, yeah, that's right. She
Sorry,
did. She deleted her whole Facebook. I forgot.
Oh well, shit. Okay.
Yep.
Well, never mind. I can't see what she was saying. Dan, you have a wonderful night.
Good night, Dan.
Good night, Dan. Shoot, if I was her, I'd be deleting it too. I'd delete myself. I'd be gone. It's just crazy.
Well, she got, the dad got a lot of flack for shit he was posting on Facebook when Phenix was missing. But when Cheyenne did the interview, she got people coming her hard.
Yeah.
And so that was probably,
emotion.
a lot of people saw a lot of wrong in that interview. And so that's probably one reason why she deleted the Facebook, on top of people saying that her story didn't add up. It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's probably people were still, and then if she would have had it up and this came out about him being arrested, they would have really came out.
Ooh. Oh, I can tell you, there are some women that were down there searching that probably would have jumped on her. had she been arrested and then let back out while he was missing. I can guarantee you some of those women, because some of those women that were down there searching, they were rough looking, They look like they could take your ass with one hand.
I can't believe somebody didn't confront her about the dancing.
Yeah.
You know,
That's just God.
I mean, while she's twerking, she should have been out in the woods looking for her child.
Yeah.
That's
You know.
just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But instead, there was all these other people that was doing it for her.
Yeah, it doesn't make it's the whole thing's just sad. Did
She
you
was
guys
just so
hear about
nonchalant about it.
Did you guys hear about that? I'm not sure where it happened, but just Dawn had shared the story in Discord from Ick and Mel's live about the house that exploded.
I didn't
And
get to see it. I heard something about it, but I never got to see what was going on with it.
well, there's 6 people unaccounted for, and they think that they're in that house. Well, they said they found a torso of one body, and they found the weapon because two police officers were shot. But there's 6 people that are unaccounted for, and 3 of them are children.
Oh, what the hell?
Where's that at? Eke Mel's house?
Not his house.
Oh, that's too bad.
It was a story that he was
That-
covering, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't remember where it happened, what state.
All right. I'm just trying to catch up in Discord. Also, I'd seen. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so Philadelphia standoff update. 6 people presumed deceased. Is that the one you're talking about,
Yeah, that's it.
Avery?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can't. It's a video from Icket Mill, so I can't share it. But no, I hadn't heard about it though.
That was the biggest fire. It took them, I mean, that thing burned all day yesterday. It was
So
just,
what happened? I never got to hear those.
so they said, that a 911 call came in and saying that an 11-year-old had been shot. And when police responded, I don't know if the house was already in flames, but when the police responded, 2 police officers immediately got shot. And then they were trying to contain the fire because, I mean, it was huge, 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 huge. And just now today, like, it's still smoldering. And they were saying that they couldn't even really go in today. They were going to try to go in today to see if they could, find bodies. But it was still pretty hot in there.
Wow.
And they were thinking it was a setup to get police out there. But now they're thinking that it wasn't, and there's six people that are
And
unaccounted
they
for.
purposely unalived themselves?
Damn.
Is that what you're saying?
I think it was something about a domestic dispute or something.
And how many kids was it?
There's three kids that are unaccounted for.
That's a damn shame.
Hmm.
But then again, they can make them think that the kids were in this building, and they could have actually been away from there.
True.
And be somewhere else, and they just think that they are deceased or missing at this point.
I guess from what the news was saying is that where this house is, this neighborhood is a really nice neighborhood and doesn't usually have any kind of crime or any kind of problems or anything. And the family had been living there for like 20, 30 years and never any problems. So I guess it was just like really unexpected to happen, in that type of a neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
That was the biggest fire though. Wow, it was huge.
Yeah, I did. I got to see the fire, and I saw something about 2 kids and 2 police officers, but otherwise I didn't really get to hear what else transpired.
Which the officers are going to be okay. One of them got shot in the leg and one got shot in the arm. And I guess they're going to be okay, but still, just.
Let me see. I won't be able to pull up the article, but let me see if I can find something like the latest that's came out on it.
Do you want to send it to me in Discord and I'll see if you can pull it up from mine?
Yeah, let me send you this article. This one came out 6 hours ago. Look at my Discord. Dear Lord, John, I'm just exiting off of everything for some reason. Hold on, I'm gonna send it to you. I don't know if they'll be able to see it when we pull it up on the screen, but I'll still read it though.
Can you
Okay.
put the in the back?
Oh yeah, I can do that too. I sent it to you on Discord, but I'll just do it here.
That.
Okay. All right, there it is. So didn't y'all cover the story about the family of four that went missing while moving from NOLA to Houston? The ugly truckling? No. I didn't go over that one.
I haven't heard of that one. I don't think I've heard of it.
I haven't either. I know that there was a family. Was it a family of 6 that was from St. Louis or the St. Louis area? And I think maybe some of those 6 was actually from Alabama that came to the St. Louis area. And they all went missing. And apparently they joined this cult group.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one. I don't remember hearing about a family of 4.
Where'd you send the StreamYard link?
I sent the link to the article in private chat.
Yeah, I have it, but I'm on my iPad talking to you because it has better sound.
Oh, I gotta send you the StreamYard link too?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. My bad. I'm gonna put it in back chat also. Okay. I'm gonna have to look up when did this family of 4 go missing from New Orleans? I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Okay, where did you send it?
Back chat.
Oh, no, I need it. Put it in my Discord if you don't mind.
Oh, okay, hold on. I sent the article link in Discord also.
I got it.
Okay, let me send this real quick. Okay. All right, there's the link to StreamYard. Hey Tonka, how are you? All right, so we'll get this pulled up on the screen and then I will read it. All right, Lady B, I'm bringing you up.
I'm dreading the trial tomorrow because today was so hard.
I'm wondering when they're going to put Kayla on the stand. That's kind of what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I was, because like when the uncle was on today, I barely made it through that without crying. I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is probably still gonna get even worse.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Oh shit.
Can you hear me? Oh, damn. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, they can figure out who that was.
That was me. I knew it was me. I was trying. Okay. I muted and everything on there. I don't know why it did that. Scarlett?
Yes.
You want me to play it?
I can just read it.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, y'all. I muted myself when the echoing started.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so it says 6 members of Philadelphia area family are feared deceased in house fire and shooting, prosecutors say. So 6 members of a family, including 3 children, are feared deceased, an official said Thursday, from a fire at a house in suburban Philadelphia that went up in flames as 2 police officers who responded to the scene were shot and injured. Delaware County District Attorney Jack Strollsteimer told reporters that some remains of a body and a rifle were recovered from the home in East Lansdowne, but he cautioned that the probe is in its early stages. Strollsteimer said that the shooter may have been inside the house when it was destroyed by fire Wednesday afternoon. He said the family residing there has a sure name of Lee, but otherwise did not release the names.
Oh, so I don't need to pull it up.
No, you didn't have to, unless you just wanted to scroll through it. But it's fine. I can just read it.
Well,
I can
get it back.
I can just read it from here. There's not. I don't think there's a whole lot more left on it. Damn it! I lost my spot. Hold on. Okay, so Lansdowne officer David Shazia, 54, who was wounded in the leg, was discharged Thursday afternoon, rolled out of the hospital in a wheelchair, and greeted by rows of fellow officers who stood at attention and saluted. He waved and flashed a thumbs-up sign through the passenger side window as he was driven away. The other wounded officer, 44-year-old John Meehan, of the East Lansdowne Department, required lengthy surgery to his arm and could be released by Friday. So damn, one in the arm and one in the leg. Both officers have more than 2 decades with their respective departments, and the fire did so much damage that it may not ever be possible to determine how it started or who did the shooting. If we ever determined it, it won't be anytime soon. Firefighters remained on the scene Thursday morning as wisps of smoke were visible from the charred remains of the house. Heavy machinery moved into the neighborhood as investigators were examining the home. An excavator was being used to tear down the walls left standing after the fire gutted the building, scooping debris to be sifted by investigators. A medical examiner's office vehicle was also there. Officers responded to the house in East Lansdowne around 3:45 p.m. after a 911 call reported that an 11-year-old girl had been shot. Strollmeister said that he was not sure who called 911 and they immediately came under fire. So it's what it kind of sounds like, that the call was made just so they would be ambushed, basically. So officers from Upper Darby saved the lives of the 2 wounded men by dragging them out of danger, and a retired public transit police officer who lives near the home told the Delaware County Daily Times that he heard a succession of shots, some before police arrived. You heard that first shot, then there was a pause, said Reverend Tracy Mallory. Then it was rapid shots around 4 to 6. Then it was about two more.
What kind of fire burns that hot?
There had to have been something in there maybe that could have caused it to get that hot.
Do you think maybe D-rugs?
Some kind of an accelerant or something. But it does say here in this article, in the last part of it, that authorities believe that the home was set on fire by someone inside. Intense flames were initially seen rising from the roof and top floor of the 3-story home before spreading to the lower levels, largely gutting the structure. And there was no more information about the child who was reported wounded. So don't even know how this 11-year-old child, if they're okay or what. Look, what? Hold on, y'all. Why is the clock on my computer not right?
Because mine's 5 minute fast.
No, my computer clock says 11:42 and it's actually 12:54.
Yeah, it's 12:54.
What the? Why is my computer clock not right? Okay, that's weird. Something's not right.
Your computer's just having issues tonight.
Something's going on because I just realized it when I was clicking off this article. It says 11:42, but I've been on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes and I went live at 10:30.
Well, you cannot be down for another month or two.
No.
That's not going to happen.
No. So I'll just have to go back and reset the clock.
A lot of times, Scarlett, when you get a new computer, they sit for a while, and the battery and the main board goes dead or gets low, and it'll lose time. It's a watch battery.
Seriously, I did not know that.
Yep, you open up the side of your computer, you can almost always see them right away.
Oh,
it's like a $4 battery at Dollar General.
In a computer?
Yeah.
And you gotta change it?
Yep. Yeah, a lot of times the motherboards will sit for 2-3 years before they assemble the computer, and the battery goes the first thing that goes in.
Yeah, but I've never had to replace that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Battery.
Huh.
I learned something new today.
Yeah,
it happens.
Wow.
And if your battery is low and it's not keeping proper time, it'll make your antivirus do weird shit. It'll make your updates do weird shit. It'll just mess with your email.
Your StreamYard?
It messes with everything. Any software that requires time.
Scarlett, I posted in the back chat about the family of 4 missing.
Okay.
That's actually pretty interesting. They've been missing since November.
Well, Elliot, I try not to confuse people with too much details. It's a watch battery. But you're right, it is the CMOS.
Well, all I knew was that the math wasn't mathing right. When I knew I'd started at 10:30, it shows on StreamYard I've been here for 2.5 hours, but it's only 11:42 by my computer. So I'll just have to go back and what happens to my brain every day. I'll just go back and reset it here in a little bit. So an entire family has been missing since their November move to Houston. New Orleans police say police are asking for the help locating Stas Yanira David Funes, 27, her husband Ramon Ruiz Crisanto, 31, and their daughters, 4 and 1. I'm not even going to try to pronounce their name. New Orleans police said that David Funes' father reported the family missing after he drove them to the Greyhound bus station at Loyola Avenue in New Orleans on November the 30th. They texted him later that day to let him know that they'd arrived in Houston. That was the last time that he heard from them, and the family members in Texas told him that the family never made it to Houston. So they can be anywhere between New Orleans and Houston, yeah. Or something happened to them once they got to Houston.
Hi, Mark, don't touch the button.
Huh. Thank you for sending that, Avery.
Yeah, that's wild. How does the whole family disappear?
You know what? I think I have heard of this. Now that I'm looking at the pictures on there, I remember seeing the picture of the mom with the kid. I remember seeing it on Twitter. But it wasn't back in November, though. This was like, just a few weeks ago when they were talking about them being missing. I had to keep up with that and see if anything ever comes about it or whatever. That's interesting.
It's funny. back to that battery thing. I've seen people pay hundreds of dollars having their computers diagnosed over that battery.
I never knew that there was a battery in there.
Uh,
That is interesting.
Yeah, I never did either.
It's such a stupid little thing that can affect so many different things.
And usually I can click on the clock down in the bottom corner. Sally Mae, have a wonderful night.
Good night, Sally Mae.
Usually I can click on my clock though and bring it up, and then I can just manually change it, but it's not allowing me to.
Night, Sally.
I'm probably about to get out of here as well.
I'm about to go stand in a hot shower for an hour until the water runs out.
Well, I got to get up early in the morning so I can start streaming again.
I'm going to go down. Good night, y'all.
All right, Avery. I will talk to you later. Avery, did you see the rest of the stuff that I sent you earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure. So, okay.
Yep.
All right.
I almost broke a blood vessel. Just so you know.
Don't go doing that.
Don't need any more health issues.
Oh, Jesus, Lord.
All right. So I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All righty.
All right. Well, have a good night.
What time does it start tomorrow?
I've got it scheduled for 7:55 my time, because they're an hour ahead of me.
Oh, okay.
And so the judge instructed the jurors to be back at the courthouse at 8:45, and then I heard her say that she has a very small docket in the morning before the trial starts, and she's going to try to have it done and over with before 9:00 so they can get started at 9:00.
Okay.
So as soon as they come up and the camera pulls up into the courtroom, then I will go live at that point.
Okay.
So somewhere around 8:00 Central Time. Yeah.
If I'm awake, I will be with you.
Okay.
I got some serious monkey shines in that courtroom in the morning, though.
Some what?
Monkey shines in that courtroom.
What does that mean?
It means they don't have their shit together.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. The tech stuff, like they don't have enough mics.
Yeah, their IT guy is like a wreck.
Oh man, the mics are horrible.
Should do a cylinder compression test and consider buying the new timing. Wait, a new timing chain? Elliot, what are you talking about?
Wasn't that on a car?
That's what I was thinking. Or a belt, he said. I think he's confused about what we're talking about.
No, I think he's just fucking around.
Vapor, I swear. He never forgets anything. He's not going to live that down.
I swear, though, I've never heard that term, though.
I've heard brush up, not bone up.
I've never heard that when she said that.
Usually bone up has a different connotation to it.
That's just, it's said around, my whole life I've heard it.
That's a new one.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
I think it's funny, but okay. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I love you.
Okay. All right. I love you too.
Sleep safe, and I'll be on as soon as I get up in the morning.
Okay. No problem. So have a good night.
Feel better, honey.
All right. Thank you.
Adios. Maybe we'll see you in the morning in the clusterfuck.
Yeah. Hopefully they've got their stuff together, and especially the audio part. Like they should, instead of having to carry that mic around from one side of the courtroom to the other, they should have one at each table.
Well, just give them each a wireless.
Well, yeah, that would have made more sense.
They're like $25 a piece.
Because you can't hear especially today when the state was asking questions and then the defense was objecting to it and giving their reason. I couldn't hear nothing that the defense was saying.
I got frustrated after a while and just stopped listening.
So they need more. The mics, like you said, the wireless kind would have been a whole lot better. That way they can get up and move around in the courtroom and not have to
The only problem you have with
worry
those is
about
that
it.
a lot of hot mic incidents.
That is true too.
People forget that they're mic'd like right under their chin, and they're trying to whisper shit and they get caught.
Yeah, because today the two guys at the state's table were talking, and you could see the one guy reach up there and cut the mic off that was on the table while they were talking, like he was holding it, and then whenever they were done, he let it go. But yeah, that could be an issue too, is hot mic. So
well, try and get some sleep. Have a good night. Thanks for having me out.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming up. I hope you have a good night.
Chat with you later.
Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm about to get out of here for the night so I can get up in the morning. I will be back in here 7:55 my time in the morning. Should be going live about around 8. 7:55 to 8 o'clock. As soon as they bring the camera up, then I will go live with it. Natalka, have a good night. Avery, you have a good night as well. KK, have a good night. So I love you all. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us. And I will hopefully see you all in the morning.